We'll wait for you.
First question, Christy.
Dillon, what did you think was the key to you guys coming out here tonight and getting such a decisive victory?
I'd say not changing anything, keeping to the game plan, following the game plan to a T, and our ball pressure was amazing tonight. We routed a lot of their players, and we need to somehow replicate that same game on the road.
This is for Dillon. It seems like as soon as they put a smaller player on you, you go straight to the post, and you've had a lot of success, especially against Curry. Is that something you knew you'd be able to take advantage of coming into this series?
Yeah. A lot of the work I put in the summer was for that very thing. Last playoffs I was in, I couldn't shoot the ball, I couldn't, score the basketball. I went out as a defender, and that's what I did because of that. But, over the summer, I wanted to get past that hump and get back to where I was before. And, that's where I get a lot of successes in the post. Track double teams, and either, I shoot the ball for myself or I play make to get open shots. So that's just my role on this team.
Dillon, Jabari had mentioned being nervous. Jalen said the lights were bright. I meant told he felt like he wasn't playing like himself. But what have you liked about the way that the young guys, Alperen included, are growing throughout their first playoff series?
They're sticking to, the details of the playoffs. Every possession matters. Every loose ball, rebound, shot we take, it matters. And that's nothing to get worked up and get tight about. It's just understanding that you can't turn over the ball. We need possessions. We need good possessions, and I feel like the young guys are learning how to leave their imprint on the game. And some nights might not be a night, but somehow you gotta find a way to impact the game. If it's playmaking, out JG did playmake tonight. If it's scoring and doing it all like LP, or giving a little bit of life. You're coming off the bench like Jabari. All those things add up into wins, and that's what we need every game, every minute.
Jackson.
This is for Dillon. Min Thompson had 8 stocks tonight. What did you see from him defensively in this one?
He was, he took it personal, and that's what we need from every single night. As a defender, you have to take the matchup personal. And he took it personal tonight. He was reading, Steph, reading a lot of the guys staying in front, being disciplined on the defensive end, without reaching, without getting fouls. And we need that in men, every single game, because we're gonna go against guys. We're gonna go against Steph again. We need that same type of mentality, that tenacity that he was playing with. And it gives us a lot of energy. It gives us a lot of extra possessions, and it makes their best player timid and think. And that's what we need. For their best players to try to think the game instead of playing in the flow.
Brian.
Albie, 5 games into this series, and every game you've gotten more and more effective. Are you starting to recognize earlier what they're trying to do to you on the defensive end?
I mean, yeah, we watch film every after the game and see what they're doing, what they're not doing. So this is 5 games they let him play. They let him play one-on-one with Drummond, and when somebody else got him, they bring in help. So I just know what it is and trying to find my guys. And when they start the game hot like that, I'm just like trying to do my job, set a good screen and good defense.
Dillon, one of the Warriors broadcasters tonight said he thought you were intentionally trying to swipe down at Curry's thumb. And Kerr was asked about it and said it happens around the league, that it's allowed by the rules, so players throughout the league do that. What do you think about that?
No, I've been playing the game. Shoot. If you're gonna come play the game injured or whatever, you guys, it's all about the game. You know, if I had an injured ankle, I would attack that ankle every single time. So, whatever they're saying on the broadcast, they can keep saying it.
Michael.
Do you think that you and Amen are kind of kindred spirits? A bit in the way I saw you kind of stopped him from getting a bit of a shoving match with Gary Payton.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of myself in him in that moment, and I know when I get in that moment, a lot of older guys or the guys that know me will come push me out the way and mess up a play. And in this series, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of passion that's being played. So me just being the new me, being real composed and I wouldn't say laid back, but more attentive to the game. That I don't want any mess ups or things coming out of passion and enthusiasm.
Alfie, you guys have been in each of these games. You've had some leads before. What was the difference tonight where you guys were able to build on what you started and really finish it off?
I mean, nobody wants to go home, so that was a win-win game. There was no chance, there was no option for us to lose. So that mentality, we came to game, start the game, and just, there's been 4 games, lead changes all the time. So that was a good look for us to not letting them come back.
For both of you guys, since you both were involved, what happened that game with the Spencer shove and the headbutt?
He's talking too much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.